It's the Amoeba People. It's the Amoeba People. Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the Amoeba People Podcast, the show where science and music collide. I'm your host, Ray Hedgepeth, the singer-guitarist of the unstoppably nerdy science rock band, the Amoeba People. And I want to thank you so much for being so patient for this final episode of our second season, and also for the final episode of the first season of our audio cartoon. Hope you're following all of that and making sense of that. This is episode 10 of the audio cartoon today, the finale, and it's also our final episode of our second season of the podcast. We want to thank you guys for listening in, and we do have a full album of all of the music that you've been hearing in these audio cartoons coming out soon. And today's episode, though, before I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, today's episode features a special guest voice. Now, it is written and produced by the amazing Ryan Mosley, bass player of the Amoeba People. And of course, the music and other voices are all from the Amoeba People. But today we have a yet another special guest voice like we've had in a couple episodes in the past. And today it is the one and only Dr. Demento. If you have seen the new Weird Al movie, you have seen Rainn Wilson play Dr. Demento, and hopefully you learn a little bit more about his history in the Weird Al story and in the history of music and DJing and radio in general. A hugely influential guy and a good friend of ours, and we're so happy that he's receiving all the attention he's been getting lately, and he's in this episode of our audio cartoon. So, let's get started, shall we?
For decades, humans have transmitted radio wave signals deep into space. Little did they know advanced amoebic life forms on the planet Crouton received these transmissions with great wonder and curiosity. The Croutonian Council voted to send their musical ambassadors on an expedition to this distant world to investigate. These are the scientific and musical adventures of the Amoeba People.
Episode 10, Onward.
Previously on the Amoeba People audio cartoon, the Meebs traveled 27 light years from their home planet Crouton to Earth in a matter of days, thanks to the advanced Croutonian technology known as the Hyperbole Drive.
Onward!
As musical ambassadors, they were tasked by the Croutonian Council with learning about Earth and transmitting their findings back to Crouton in musical form. After crash landing in Hawthorne, California, the Meebs were rescued by legendary filmmaker and aspiring hip-hop artist Werner Herzog.
One of a kind. Werner Herzog's gonna blow your mind.
Shortly after the crash, the Amoeba People's ship was stolen by the diabolical Elon Musk, who intended to reverse engineer their alien technology in order to advance his Mars colonization ambitions. The Meebs responded by infiltrating the SpaceX compound and recapturing their ship with the help of their new human friends, Dr. Hindemith and E.W. Beckford of the M51 Records Laboratory.
Yeah, onward!
Having failed to capitalize upon the Amoeba People's arrival, Musk made sure not to squander his second opportunity, which came shortly thereafter with the arrival of a spacecraft piloted by another Croutonic amoeba known as General Gobsplotch. Let's travel deep inside a top-secret sector of the SpaceX compound where Gobsplotch is now being held captive, along with his Meebling minion. The General is anxiously awaiting the return of his tiny mini Meeblings, who have set out to find an escape route.
Meebling! I grow tired of waiting for the return of my mini Meeblings. How long has it been since they scurried through the crevices to find a way for me to escape this wretched prison?
Sorry, Master, but there aren't any timekeeping devices in here, so I can't say for certain. If I were to guess, I'd say a few hours, or maybe a few days. Weeks, perhaps?
Useless!
After another unmeasured period of languish, the general's gelatinous girth suddenly jerks upright, and his single amoebic eye widens.
I sense my spawn nearby. My mini-Meeblings have returned!
Moments later, dozens of tiny amoebas crawl out of every possible crevice in the holding cell. They scurry along the ceiling, walls, and floor of the room towards General Gobsplotch.
What news do you bring me, mini-Meeblings? What escape routes have you discovered?
Sir, they say they were unable to find a way to open the door to let us out. But given their tiny size, they were able to find a way out of the facility through some narrow plumbing pipes.
I know what they said, you idiots! Gah! I'll never get out of here! Unless maybe I could fully dissolve into mini-Meeblings. Escape this cursed hellhole and reassemble myself as a free Amoeb!
Oh, Master, what a brilliant idea.
I think I should test out this technique before I perform it on myself. Meebling, get over here!
I'm here to serve you, Master, but are you sure this will work?
Of course I'm not sure! That's why I'm trying it out on you!
General Gobsplotch slaps one of his fleshy pseudopods onto the Meebling and commences the dissolving process. The terrified Meebling immediately starts to shrink as his body disintegrates into a writhing pile of tiny mini Meeblings.
Just like that, completely dissolved. Now it's my turn. Finally, I can be free of this prison once and for all. Mini-Meeblings, come to me, my tiny minions.
Show me the pathways you found. Onward to freedom!
In another wing of the top secret sector of the SpaceX compound known as Hangar 19, Elon Musk is admiring the newly constructed Mars Alpha spacecraft, along with a small team of engineers from the Advanced Projects Division.
Excellent work, everyone. I'm quite pleased with how quickly you were able to, sort of reverse engineer the alien spacecraft we acquired from those revolting little green amoeba creatures. If our gelatinous prisoners had any idea what a lovely new ship we've created, I dare say they'd be honored to have supplied the new technology. My only disappointment is the fact that we couldn't make the craft any larger.
Of course, Mr. Musk. Unfortunately, having repurposed the rather small alien vessel's drive system limited the capacity of Mars Alpha to a single pilot. Even as we speak, our division is hard at work studying the data we've collected with the goal of scaling up this new technology.
Yes, it's a shame that fat little green blob and his insipid servant didn't arrive in a larger ship. On the other hand, the image of Elon Musk himself conducting a solo mission to and from Mars will make for an excellent beginning to the new era of Musk Enterprises dominance.
Mr. Musk, sorry to disturb you, sir, but there's been a breach of the alien prisoner's cell.
A breach? What do you mean?
I'm not... the aliens, They just
what? Spit it out, man.
dissolved!
What do you mean they dissolved?
They just sort of melted down into hundreds, maybe even thousands of these tiny little blobs. And then they all started disappearing into the toilet. We saw it happening on the monitors, but by the time I got to the cell, it was completely empty.
Ugh, how disgusting. Anyway, those uncooperative little bags of slime are of no consequence now that their technology has been successfully harvested. I was thinking, after I revolutionize space travel with this new technology, I'll surely be awarded the Nobel Prize. Don't you think?
Yes. You're a
Close by, the Amoeba people are traveling southward along Southern California's infamous 405 freeway in a 1996 Chevrolet Astrovan, driven by their human friend, E.W. Beckford.
Jeez, this traffic is outrageous! I'm so glad that I don't have to deal with this on a regular basis. Let me tell you, living in an undisclosed location like the M51 Records Laboratory might have its occasional minor drawbacks, like no internet connectivity or mail service. but at least I never have to deal with this nonsense. Hey, buddy! Hey, move it!
Are we getting close? Mr. Jordan isn't doing very well, I'm afraid.
The swelling around his eyes is rather extreme. Even if he were conscious, I don't think he would be able to see anything.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, you guys. Uncle Leon's been hounding me to return the Def Leppard cassettes I borrowed from him, so I kinda have to stop by and see him since we're in the area. Maybe he has a bag of, like, frozen peas or something that'll help with that swelling. Jeez, I can't believe you guys traveled back in time to 1931 to meet Edwin Hubbel and Albert Einstein, only to get the crap kicked out of you by Hubbel. Wait until Dr. Hindemith hears about this. Hello?
Hello, Beckford.
Oh, hi, Mr. Herzog. Hey, guys, it's Werner Herzog. Hang on, Mr. Herzog. I'm going to put you on speaker. I'm here with the Amoeba People.
Hello, Amoeba People. Can you believe the news about your nemesis, Elon Musk?
News? What news?
Oh, you haven't heard. According to a press release issued earlier today, Musk's SpaceX facility has achieved a series of tremendous, unprecedented technological breakthroughs that have resulted in the announcement of the first manned mission to Mars, scheduled to launch next week.
Holy That's unbelievable!
Quite so, Beckford. Apparently, the new spacecraft has a revolutionary new propulsion system that will transport the single passenger to Mars in a matter of hours.
But that would mean the ship can quickly accelerate to something like millions of miles per hour. That's just absurd!
Absurditudinal, in fact. It is quite clear that this announcement confirms our suspicions about the fate of General Gobsplotch's ship. Musk stole it, took it apart, and utilized the advanced Amoebic technology to build this new spacecraft of his.
Indeed. Only a hyperbole drive created by the Absurditudinal Technology Lab back on planet Crouton is capable of such power.
I knew this had to be connected to you somehow, Amoeba People. What happened to your friend Gobsplotch is most unfortunate. However, what really exercises me about this whole thing is that I want to know who's the lucky passenger going to Mars.
I'm sure they've chosen someone really smart with a lot of training and stuff. Hey, Mr. Herzog, we're pulling up to my Uncle Leon's apartment, so I gotta let you go.
You okay, Mr. Jordan?
Thanks for giving us the heads up.
Nearby in the sewer system beneath Hawthorne, California, a swarm of tiny mini-Meeblings gathers beneath the thin column of light passing through a manhole cover above them. The mound of Meeblings twists and heaves as it solidifies into the form of a single, obese amoeba.
The sensation is revolting. Split into 1,000 tiny pieces and swimming through human waste products. I need the help of my moronic Meebling.
Oh, thank you, Master. It's so wonderful to be whole again.
Shut up, you idiot! Help me get out of this river of excrement.
Surely, Master. It seems as though we might be able to reach the surface just here. Master, this area appears to be rather active at the moment.
We'd better wait until after dark to avoid being spotted by the humans. I'm just going to rest for a while.
Exhausted, General Gobsplotch drifts into an uneasy slumber. After some time, he is awakened by the sound of scurrying creatures and an overpowering sensation of hunger.
Oh, Master, you're awake. Look, Master, I've discovered a family of rodents living here in the sewers. I seem to have quite an affinity with them.
So hungry. Give me one of those.
Master, no! My new friends! Oh, I'm so sorry, little ones. Oh, no! I can't can't take it anymore, master. You're a terrible master, and I can't serve you no more.
Get back here, fool! Come back right now! You're nothing without me! Where are you gonna go? Ah!
After chasing the Meebling through the streets of Hawthorne for several minutes, General Gobsplotch abandons the pursuit, concealing himself behind a row of dumpsters in the parking lot of a rundown apartment complex.
I'm better off without that imbecile anyway. I'll just spawn a new Meebling once there aren't so many of these treacherous humans around. What? I can't believe my eye.
Hey, thanks for the bag of frozen peas, Uncle Leon. I'm sorry it took so long for me to return those tapes. I mean, that one-armed drummer is awesome.
No problem, man.
Yes, many thanks. This package of chilled spherical legumes should help reduce the subcutaneous accumulation of fluid around Mr. Jordan's eyes.
The Amoeba people? Fraternizing with humans? I knew the council was making a huge mistake sending musical ambassadors on this kind of mission. I told them the humans were likely to be hostile, and I was right. And now the Amoeba people have switched their allegiance to these vile Earthlings.
Okay, Uncle Leon. We'd better get these guys back to their spaceship so they can patch up poor Mr. Jordan with their advanced alien technology.
Maybe not so loud, Beckford.
Oh, sorry.
1 week later, a small crowd has gathered in front of an outdoor stage set up on the tarmac of Vandenberg Air Force Base. The audience consists of select members of the press, government, and military officials, as well as a contingent of enthusiastic SpaceX employees wearing logoed t-shirts that they appear to have pulled over their business casual attire. A Falcon 9 rocket shines in the distance as it rests on a launch pad far behind the stage, a clean white cylinder gleaming in the late morning sun.
He should be here pretty soon. I know Elon tends to run late, but I bet he's pretty excited to give this speech.
Yeah, I bet. But what's with all the musical instruments? It looks like a rock band and half an orchestra are going to be performing. Is that thing on the end an oboe?
Bassoon, I think. Oh, look!
The crowd notices a black Tesla Roadster speeding down the runway towards them. Just when it seems as though it will blow past the eager audience, the electric vehicle comes to a precipitous halt behind the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming today. I'd like to extend a special thank you to Colonel Masterlier for allowing us to hold this presentation here on the tarmac. I understand this sort of thing is not normally allowed. Yeah, thanks so much, Colonel. Appreciate it, buddy. Okay, so, as you know from the press release, today SpaceX will launch the first ever manned mission to Mars. Yes, thank you. I think we all know just how groundbreaking this moment is, for SpaceX, for the United States, and, sort of for all of humanity, really. Thank you. I've been quite public about my ambitions to access the potential that Mars offers our species, but I've been much less so about the project that we're unveiling for you today. The payload of the rocket behind me on that launch pad is a spacecraft that's the culmination of years of research and development by some of the most brilliant and hardworking people in the world, who I'm, sort of fortunate enough to employ. Huge shout out to the special project division. Really great job, everyone. Oh, and before we move on, I need to introduce the lucky person who will sort of become the first human to visit Mars. The first member of the human race to fly from Earth to the Red Planet is... It's me. Yes, I will be manning the Mars Alpha spacecraft today. Anyway, before I go and get suited up for the flight, I have something else very special to share with you today. To help mark this momentous occasion, I will be performing an original song for you all with help from the SpaceX Orchestra.
An electric shuttle pulls up to the stage, and a large group of people walk up the steps and take their places amongst the various musical instruments.
So we're all set then?
Yes, sir, Mr. Musk. Everything except for one minor issue.
Issue? What issue?
Well, sir, unfortunately, Mr. Ellingson from Avionics, who is our lead guitarist, as you know, he fell ill this afternoon. Apparently, the tuna salad he got at the Musketeria didn't agree with him.
Why on earth is tuna salad still on the menu? I thought I made myself perfectly clear after the incident with those visiting JPL engineers last fall.
I'll be sure to look into that, sir, but we were able to come up with a replacement. Leon from Custodial. He's just over there.
Hey, man.
Apparently he's been playing guitar for a number of years, and he assures us he's totally up to the task.
He'd better be. There can't be any hiccups today.
Musk's scowl transforms into a toothy smile as he turns back to the crowd and takes a seat at the glistening grand piano at center stage.
So, as I said, this is a special little tune I wrote that, sort of shares a bit of a glimpse of the man beneath the glamorous image of a techno-billionaire genius. It goes a little something like this.
Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the SpaceX Orchestra is comprised entirely of my very talented employees, including Leon from Custodial, filling in today on the lead guitar. Now, as a techno-billionaire genius, I do enjoy the fruits of my success, as you might imagine, but I am human after all, and I do have moments of self-doubt and introspection. Sometimes I feel that nothing's really real, that life is but a dream, sort of science fiction fantasy. I'm sending rockets to the stars. Today I'll fly a ship to Mars, someday a colony, not just for me, but for the benefit of humanity. But also me. My goals are lofty, that I'll admit. Sometimes it just gets too overwhelming and I think, perhaps I should just quit. Truthfully, in my darkest hour, even I, the great Elon Musk, sometimes I think that I might sort of want to quit.
Sometimes he thinks that he might sort of want to quit.
Then I open up my eyes, I look in the mirror and I realize I'm Elon Musk. I'm just a normal guy with the sparkle in his eye, whose intelligence just happens to be quite high. No, I'm not just any guy, I'm Elon Musk. I make rockets and cars, and let me explain that soon I'll make a device that I can implant in your brain. In your brain. Take it away, Leon. Hey man, cool trombone. Leon, guitar solo, go ahead.
It's an oboe, actually, but I think...
Hey, here, man, want one?
No, thanks.
Leon, where are you at, bro? I'm right here, man. Leon! Yeah? You're up! Why did you say so, man? Okay, thank you everyone. I'll see you when I get back from Mars.
Several hours later, the Falcon 9 rocket lifts off from its launch pad and climbs through the evening sky as the world looks on with great interest. After stage separation and payload deployment, Elon Musk finds himself traveling through space for the first time at the helm of the Mars Alpha spacecraft.
Mission Control, all systems nominal. That was quite a ride. The view from up here is superb. Breathtaking. Propulsion online. Navigation confirmed. So long, everyone. See you soon.
The Mars Alpha's repurposed Amoebic hyperbole drive energizes, and the small spacecraft disappears in a flash of light. 27 light-years away on the planet Crouton, the Croutonian Science Ministry's quartermaster receives a distant transmission over an encrypted hyperbolink channel.
Oh, what's this? Ah, splendid! The boomerang protocol has been initiated. Adjutant, put me through to the science minister, please.
Hello, Q. What is it?
Sorry to disturb you, Dr. People, but I've just received a transmission from the hyperbole drive on General Gobsplotch's ship.
Excellent.
Apparently, the ship itself has been dismantled. And the humans have integrated the drive into one of their own vessels. It has successfully bypassed the primitive navigation system installed by the Earthlings and is bringing the vessel back to Crouton, along with its single human passenger.
Excellent work, Q. I'm so glad you thought to upload the boomerang protocol to the General's ship over the hyperbolink before it was completely stripped down. I know that we had a sliver of hope that by programming the ship's drive to automatically return to Crouton upon startup, that we might bring Gobsplotch home. But at least now we'll have the hyperbole drive back, and thereby the option to send help back to Earth from Crouton.
Yes, indeed, Doctor. Now, what shall we do with the human passenger?
That, Mr. Quartermaster, is something that His Excellency, the mighty and wise Croutonian Overlord, will decide.
Meanwhile, as Elon Musk speeds through the solar system in his tiny prototype ship, he is realizing that something is very, very wrong.
Control, do you copy? Navigation not responding. Thrust controls not responding. And damn it, comms not responding either. I think I passed Mars a few minutes ago. Well, this is really screwing up my...
The ship's amoebic hyperbole drive suddenly unleashes its fully absurditudinal hyperbolic power, and Musk finds himself hurtling through interstellar space at an incomprehensible rate of speed. After almost 48 hours of waking terror, Elon Musk loses consciousness and settles into an uneasy slumber. Several hours later, the small spacecraft enters the planet Crouton's atmosphere, traverses the alien sky, and touches down gently on a landing pad in the midst of a sprawling complex of oddly shaped Croutonian structures.
The creature is much bigger than I expected.
Why, yes, Corporal. This human is rather large, isn't he? But you won't be giving us any trouble now, will you? Mr.
What on earth is...
Oh, I'm afraid you're quite far from Earth. Welcome to the planet Crouton. Now, please, sir, what is your name?
Musk. My name is Elon Musk.
Ah, yes, just as we suspected. Mr. Musk, you are now in the custody of the Croutonian Ministry of Defense. Please exit the spacecraft and come with me.
Yes, of course.
You know, Mr. Musk, you've been quite a nuisance to our musical ambassadors and to our brave general. The propulsion system that you've removed from his ship and installed on that primitive vessel that you arrived in was programmed to return here to Crouton upon powering up. We'd hoped that the general would be on board, but it's at least a small comfort to have apprehended you.
Believe me, I did not harm any of your countrymen. I may have
sort of taken some liberties with their vehicles, but only in the interest of furthering human progress. I'm really a philanthropist at heart, you see.
Yes, I'm sure that's all very well, but you'll need to explain yourself to His Majesty, the illustrious and enlightened Croutonian Overlord.
Not far away, inside an imposing Croutonian citadel, an amoebic sentinel opens a pair of immense engraved doors for the messenger anxiously awaiting access to the audience chamber beyond.
Pardon the intrusion, Your Supreme Highness, Overlord of all amoebas and Guardian of Crouton. But I bring news from the Science Ministry.
From his throne high above the inlaid floor of the throne room, a distinguished-looking amoeba squints his single eye as he focuses on the messenger below.
Speak.
Yes, thank you, Your Incredibleness. The Science Minister reports that the Boomerang Protocol has resulted in the apprehension of a human from the planet Earth.
A human?
Yes, Your Graciousness.
From Earth?
Indeed, Your Magnificence. This human is apparently the cause of all the trouble that has plagued the Amoeba People's scientific and musical mission on Earth.
The Overlord's eye widens momentarily before contracting into a scowl.
Tell me, young Meeb, what is your name?
My name, Your Eminence, is...
I've been the Overlord of Crouton for a very long time. I've presided over our people during seasons of great triumph and guided them through periods of intestinal turbulence.
But amoebas don't have intestines.
I witnessed the Croutonian amoebic spirit of curiosity and imagination blossoming, delivering a wondrous era of prosperity through technology and culture. It was with this technology, driven by this amoebic spirit, that we sent our musical ambassadors to a different planet to introduce ourselves and to learn about the Earthlings and their strange multicellular world. But this ambitious mission was jeopardized by a vexatious, malcontent's malicious meddling. And now you're telling me that he's been brought here to Crouton?
Yes, Your Exaltedness.
Now bring the human to me!
Back on planet Earth, at the M51 Records Laboratory.
Guys, look at this! We just received word that Elon Musk has touched down on Crouton.
What?
Hold on. Elon Musk?
You've got to be kidding me!
Indeed. Dr. Beeple and Q uploaded the Boomerang protocol to the stolen Croutonian hyperbole drive Musk used to propel his ship. Wow. And as a result, his spacecraft was recalled back to Crouton just after its launch.
Wow! What's going to happen to Elon Musk now that he's on Crouton?
Well, that's anyone's guess, Beckford. But boy, what an adventure our mission here on Earth has been so far.
Absolutely. You got that right.
Beckford, why don't you propose a toast to our extraterrestrial friends?
I'd be honored to, sir. Attention, please. Everybody, attention. I'd like to propose a toast to science, music, adventure, and our shape-shifting, science-rocking, polyester-wearing friends, the Amoeba People!
Cheers!
Yeah.
Cheers! Congratulations, everybody! Well done!
Say, you know how you guys always write a song and send it back to Crouton as a report of what you've learned?
Yes, of course.
Well, I've got this idea. It's no good.
Lay it on. Come on, Beckford. Let's hear it.
Well, I had an idea for a song for you guys.
Interesting.
Okay. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. The song features all the scientists you guys visited since you've been here on Earth. Albert Einstein, Mary Anning, Edwin Hubbel, and Alfred Wegener. And you get them to join you in a song.
Yeah, great idea.
Yes.
We begin with Einstein himself.
You take one big idea, it outlives a single life.
Like the invention of the wheel, or the hammer, or the knife.
And a great discovery will outlive both you and me.
So it's not too hard to see why I say that the stress of life may get you down. Your bank account might debt you down. Gravity will set you down. Oh, but science Science won't let you down. Science won't let you down. Science won't let you down. A long-dead scientist is surely dust or mist, but their discoveries are still around. Oh, science won't let you down, 'cause only the best ideas stick around. When sadness knows no bound, remember, science won't let you down. Alfred Wegener died in a blizzard. It was tragic. People cried.
Oh, they did?
The continental drift was proven long after he died.
But you know.
Mary Anning died alone without a penny to her name.
Sad but true.
But today, there's not a fossil hunter with wider acclaim. Edwin Hubbel may have died from a blood clot in his brain.
What a
But the
headache.
expanding universe is still expanding just the same.
Don't you know it?
And me, an aortic aneurysm laid me down.
Oh.
But guess whose ideas are still out there kicking around?
Hey.
The stress of life may get you down. Your bank account might get you down. Gravity will set you down. Oh, but science won't let you down. Everybody, science won't let you down. Science won't let you down. A long-dead scientist is surely dust or mist, but their discoveries are still around. Oh, science won't let you down, 'cause only the best ideas stick around. When sadness knows no bound, remember, science won't let you down. When sadness knows no bound, remember, science won't let you down.
And right here, the Amoeba people kick in.
Einstein guy's back!
Science won't let you down. Science won't let you down. A long-dead scientist surely does harm this, but their discoveries are still around. Oh, science won't let you down, 'cause only the best ideas stick around. But sadness knows no bound, remember, science won't let you down.
Yeah!
Now that is a catchy tune.
You're darn tootin' it is. Woo!
Onward!
Golly, the onward of approval. Thanks, Amoeba people. You guys are the best. Say, you ever hear the one about the photon who checks into a hotel and the man at the desk asks if he needs help with his baggage? And the photon says, "No, I'm traveling light."
What vengeance will the Croutonian overlord exact upon the helpless Elon Musk? What kind of trouble will the enraged General Gobsplotch make for the Amoeba people and their human friends? How many more cosmically awesome science rock songs can the Amoeba people write with the help of deceased human scientists? Find out next season on the Amoeba People Audio Cartoon.